less 38% accomplishment. And as you see, the kind of building, and when you intend, DPWH, kasi kayo nagbid yan di ba? Oo, hindi naman nakialam yung SUC. Kailan matatapos? At sino yung contractor? At ano, may mga tao bang gumagawa o iniwanan ba? I mean, the status, the real status of the 161 projects. Now, the 15, which have not yet started, the funds will expire. Sayang naman. What are the reasons why the 15 have not been initiated and we have October, November, December to utilize the funds? Maybe have a reason why there's no movement in the 15 SUCs?
Yes.
Are you able to name them?
Well, not specifically because there's a long list that I have here.
15 na hindi ginagamit ang pondo.
I have here, but we will provide, Mr. Chair, the list of all these projects as requested. But the usual reasons or causes of delay why these 15 projects, to be specific, are not yet started are the following. The lack of detailed engineering and architectural plans. There's a pending...
Isa-isa. Detailed engineering plans. Hindi naman magagaling yan sa SUC. Magagaling po sa implementor sa inyo po. So, bakit hindi gumawa? Okay, isa lang yon. So, detailed engineering plans, magagaling yan sa gumagawa. Sa DPWH po yon.
Okay. When I say, Mr. Chair, lack of DAED, detailed architectural engineering design, it's the finalization of that plan. It's a back and forth process where there are comments by the...
I see. Nag-uusap.
Yes.
Okay, ongoing. O sige po. Pangalawa po.
The second is there's a pending previous phase. So, hindi pa ho tapos yung previous phase ng project.
Multi-year, may phase na hindi pa tapos, ang SUC ang gumawa noon. Contractor ng SUC, tapos yung next phase, DPWH na, ibang contractor siguro. So, makipag-ugnayan din. Okay, next.
The third is permits. Permits like DNR permits and construction permits.
Pero 1 year, 7, 8 months na po. Tagal naman humingi ng permit. Kung di magbibigyan DNR, may problema siguro, baka forest land. Okay, next.
The fourth is which is very typical, is the revision of plans when there are variations in the designs based on further detailed technical studies.
Mr. Chair?
Can you kindly submit to us the 15 SUCs? Sayang naman. Yeah, we allocated those funds. Are these NEP or SICA, congressional insertions? You would not know, no? Sayang naman.
Yusek, may mga suggestion kasi, like for example, that 15, I think some of them find it troublesome that the papers go back and forth. Yung iba nag-suggest, pwede ba sila na mag-implement nung 15? No? Kasi total hindi naman naumpisahan no? And it's already 2025. No? So can they just rescind the MOA and then let the SUC already implement that project?
Yes, Mr. Chair. In fact, on behalf of Secretary Vince Dizon, we discussed this and he said that we will seriously consider this proposal. We'll definitely revert this projects as soon as possible.
End of September ngayon. 3 buwan na lang, mag-expire na yung pondo. Kailangan yan ma-obligate na. So sana, let's say, we'll give you till next week. No? Next week. Mabilis kumalaw si Sec Vince. So, mag-decide na kayo and although I take note that it's a law, the law stated that it has to be DPWH. So, check the legal aspect, how you will bring it back to, if there's a MOA, DPWH will do a MOA with the SUC. And the SUC will do the procurement and the bidding so that it could be obligated before the end of the year. Hindi na kaya rin. Hindi na rin
Ang
kaya.
complication lang, ma'am, yung Pondo 2024, yung Special Provision 2024. So, that means the Special Provision nakatali doon sa, o yung Pondo nakatali doon sa Special Provision. So, that's the complication I can see.
Pinong auditor ng pasok, sila na lang daw, baka mapahamak pa. Sige. So, bilisan na lang ng DPWH yung procurement at yung bidding, di ba, Mr. Chair?
Doon na lang sa mga SUC, yung 15, andito si Yusek Perez, kunin nyo na lang number niya. No? So you can, or any Yusek, baka you can assign a staff so that they can coordinate directly doon sa 15, no? So that they can follow up the implementation. Yun, baka may legal impediment lang ako nakikita, no?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Dr. Ronquillo, then Dr. Norberto.
Before that project was implemented, there was actually a joint circular between CHED and DPWH supporting that special provision on how the project shall be implemented. I think with the 3 months remaining, we're still pegged on that joint circular or joint memorandum between DPWH and CHED. As to the required due diligence, there are those requirements that must be satisfied, and I think we cannot do away with it. We are solving a problem here. I don't know if there will be another special provision this 2026, because that's specific provisions that can correct that. But I think the way I see it, because there is that provision, and there are already guidelines to be followed, that cannot. Hindi nga po natin nagawa ng 100 taon at halos 9 na buwan. Eh, palagay ko sa susunod 3 months, it's next to impossible, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Well, ang DPWH naman is under new management.
Yeah.
So si Yusek is here as a sign of their support to the SUC. They sent Yusek Perez to come here and give you an update. So, in the same manner, the simplest way is just to implement that 15 buildings para tapos na.
Hindi naman sinasabing tatapusin nyo eh. Obligate lang nyo. Oo, ibid lang nyo. Ibid lang nyo, considered obligated na yon, maski hindi naman disbursed by December 31, basta obligated. Kaya nyo yan. Kaya yan ni Sec Dizon. Okay? Ang UP, apektado rin dyan eh. Even if mamaya pa yung budget ng UP, because we're in this subject matter, ano nga ba po yung building ninyo na-apekto dyan? President Jimenez, when we had our dinner last week, you mentioned you were complaining, and I agree with you, about DPWH. Just put on record, although we'll go back to the other SUCs, the buildings being handled by DPWH, ano po yun? Put on record, please, so that alam na rin ni Undersecretary.
Ano pong lista, ma'am, no? We can give it.
DPWH handled buildings in UP that are either slow-moving, abandoned, or...
Well, I have this record, ma'am, of the projects of the handled by the DPWH since 2018. Because I inherited many of these problems. 2018, 40 projects have been completed and issued certificates of success. Some are big, some are small, very small. 28 projects have been granted time extensions, and 10 projects, hindi po namin alam kung kailan matapos definitive, and we wanted to cancel this, but we are heartened by the new management, so we want to sit down with them again. And then,
a hearing like this is not enough, really a sit-down meeting with the new secretary so you can summarize that and discuss each and every structure.
Yes, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, as a matter of fact, I'm talking with CHED and PASOK. Maybe we could have a joint so that we can really do
meeting with the DPWH also.
And DBM and DPWH, so that we can, in good faith, really try to finish, because upon consultation, our community really wanted us to finish the project because we need it.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I'd like to go back to the SUCs again. A recently enacted law is the PENCAS, the Philippine Ecosystem Natural Resource Accounting Law. This is really a, say, forward-looking, visionary law, which should be taken advantage of by everyone, especially the state universities. It simply allows us to have the capacity to put a value on our natural ecosystems. So I'd like to know if, and under the law, DepEd, CHED, TESDA, and all SUC shall craft modules to capacitate the personnel, the people, the citizens, to avail in participatory mechanisms regarding PENCAS, recognizing the natural ecosystems as an integral part of our economy and our heritage. May I know from our SUCs in PASUC, have you ever heard of this law, both CHED and PASUC and UP? Are you aware of this law? Has there been any meeting with DepDev, former NEDA, and the PSA, who are the implementing agencies for this, but both DepEd and CHED and SUCs, higher ed, are part of these laws? Dahil bago pa po yung batas, last year lang, baka hindi pa, then I can convene a meeting so that you can be part of the implementation of the law. Perhaps the lead can be the UP Resilience Institute. It can also help. I'm sure Dr. Lagmay is familiar with my PENCAS law. Dr. Ronquillo.
Only until our, I think, discussion last week, we heard about PENCAS law. But the way you describe it, some activities we're already doing within the ambit of PENCAS law. I think there could be a program or a summit where we can sit down together on how we can expand the implementation of the law. But initially po, there are some programs and activities already been doing by our state universities and colleges.
Thank you for your candor and your honesty. What I will do is, I will ask DepDev and the PSA to give you, let's say you, all the SUCs, the modules and the tools, so that even our teachers and all the personnel would have the capacity to understand it, to measure our natural resources and natural ecosystems. Kasi ang ating mga SUCs, ang lalaki ng lupa, may mga forests, may mga wetlands, may mga coasts, may mga mangroves. Which brings me to my question of carbon credits. This is nothing new. For 30 years, carbon credits has been in existence. But it's only been operationalized in Article 6 of the Paris Agreement, where countries must abide by their nationally determined contributions, and if not possible, may avail of carbon credits. So, since the state universities and colleges manage extensive land holdings, you have forest and agricultural research sites, ang yaman-yaman nyo in terms of your natural ecosystems, may I inquire whether any SUC, including UP, have undertaken baseline assessment and carbon sequestration studies? Because Singapore, I'll cite it again, aspires to meet net zero by year 2050. Obviously, they're not able to do that because they're land constrained. And they already met with the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Sustainability and Trade, and they are, use the word colloquial word, gung-ho into buying carbon credits from the Philippines. The mechanisms for the legal framework for this is already being done by DNR, hopefully bilisan nila, so that the signing can be done. FYI, Thailand and Vietnam nauna na. Although tayong unang in-approach, nauna na sa signing. It's either G2G or even private SUC, private corporation to private corp. So napakaganda. This is, again, income for the national government, for local governments, and even for SUCs. So it would be to your best interest to evaluate your forests and your mangroves and your wetlands and all the resources within your jurisdictions. And then we can have a meeting with DNR. Although Sec Lutilia, bago lang siya, si Yusek Te, I think, ang focal doon, so that my